Welcome to my video, and my name is Esra Naftalia TAMBUNAN. I'm the second year student of English Literature Department in Universitas PAMULANG. So since the final exam is upcoming and making a video based on exam question is a requirement for passing the final exam, I have created this video. So thank you for watching, and I would be happy to receive any feedback or suggestions. So if you have any feedback or suggestions, please drop it in the comment box below. So without further ado, let's start the video. So as a non-native speaker myself, I know how challenging it to get the stress right. But don't worry, because today we're going to talk about stressing and do some exercise together. Or if you ever done this before, or if you ever learned about this material before, we're going to throw back a little bit to stressing. So let's get started. So today's video, we're going to have three sections. The first section is what's stressing. So basically we're just going to talk about what stressing is, and the second sections we're going to talk about primary and secondary stress, and the last sections or the third sections we're going to have answering the exam session. So this is basically the reason why I made this video. So yeah, we're going to have like a pop-up question, and then we need to answer that. Not a pop-up question, but a question that needs to be answered by me. So let's start the first section. Okay, so we're going to round one. What's stressing? Okay, so in linguistics, stress refers to the emphasis or prominence given to a syllable or word in speech. It involves the variation in loudness, pitch, or duration of a syllable or word, which makes it stand out in a sentence or phrase. So stressing is the act of placing stress on a particular syllable or word in speech. In English, stress is an important aspect of pronunciation because it can change the meaning or interpretation of a word. So if we didn't put the stressing right in the place, it would change the meaning, or it can change the meaning. So yeah. Okay, so that was the general definition or the general knowledge about stressing. Now let's move to the primary and secondary stress. Round two. So in the round two, the first things that we're going to talk about is primary stress. So primary stress is the strongest emphasis placed on a particular syllable within a word. Typically, primary stress shows in linguistic notation with a vertical line. So I believe you ever see the line like this, or sometimes we call it apostrophe, and that's typically show the notation of primary stress. So next we have secondary stress. So secondary stress is a level of stress that is weaker than the primary stress and stronger than the unstressed syllable. So secondary stress symbolized with a low vertical line. So if the apostrophe is in the upper one, so secondary stress in the bottom one. So yeah. So well, that's about the basic knowledge about the primary and secondary stress. Now we have the last sections, the last round is answering the exam. So let's get started. So as I mentioned before, we have a question that need to be answered. So the question is, transcribe the following words and identify the primary and the secondary stress. Explanation, photograph, delegate, elaborate, and confirmation. So this is the words that we need to answer. So without any further ado, let's answer the question. Okay, so the first word that we need to answer is explanation. Because stress is an emphasis or prominence that given to syllables or words in speech, we need to transcribe this word into phonetic transcription first. Okay, that's the phonetic transcription for explanation. As we could see here, explanation has 4 syllables. That's explanation. Explanation. And also it comes with this. What are those? As I mentioned before, those are the symbol of stress. The one looks like apostrophe, known as or the symbol of the primary stress, and the vertical line, this one, is the symbol for secondary stress. So the primary stress is occur on the 3rd syllable, ne, and the secondary stress is occur on the 1st syllables, x. So the words that comes after stress, it will have emphasis. Like the first one, the primary stress, it would get n. The sound n would have strongest emphasis, and the sound x would have not really strong. I mean not stronger as the n, but still have emphasis like x. So if you want to pronounce this word, it would sound like explanation, 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 like that. Next, we have photograph. So photograph is also need to transcribe into a phonetic transcription. Okay, that's the phonetic transcription for photograph. So as we can see here, photograph has 3 syllables. That's photograph, photograph. Okay, so different from the first one, the primary stress is on the 1st syllable, and the secondary stress is on the 3rd syllables or the last syllables. So if you want to pronounce this one, it would sound like photograph, 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 like that. Next we have delegate. Continue to do transcription. Okay, that's the phonetic transcription of delegate. Delegate, delegate. So as we can see here, it has 3 syllables. Delegate. Okay, still same as the before words. I mean like photograph. The 1st syllable get the primary stress, and the 3rd syllable get the secondary stress. So delegate, 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 delegate. It would sounds like that when you pronounce it. Delegate, delegate. Okay, number 4 we have elaborate. Same as words before, we need to put this one into phonetic transcriptions. So that's the phonetic transcription for elaborate. So as we can see here, elaborate has 4 syllables. Elaborate, elaborate. Different from the others, elaborate, the primary stress is on the 2nd syllable, while the secondary stress is in the 3rd syllable. So if you want to pronounce this, it will sound like elaborate, elaborate, elaborate. because it was like there's it'll be emphasized like elaborate, elaborate, elaborate. Okay, well, sounds like that. Okay, now we are on the last words to answer, or the last question as well. So same as before, we have to put these words into the phonetic transcription first. So that's the phonetic transcription for confirmation. As we could see here, confirmation has 4 syllables as well. Confirmation. Actually, this word it's kind of different from the others because it has 3 stress on it. So the primary stress is on the 3rd syllables. So we need to put more effort on the may sounds, like may, may. And the secondary stress is on the first syllables, and the other secondary stress in the second syllable. So if you want to pronounce these words, it would sound like confirmation, confirmation. We have to put more effort on the may sound, like confirmation, 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 like that. Okay guys, that's all the video for today. Thank you for watching it till the end, and I'm sorry for all the mistakes that I've made. I know I made a lot of mistakes guys because I'm not a native speaker as well, but thanks again for watching it, and I still hope that this video can guide you through a bit of stressing so you can sound like a native speaker. So that's all for today. Thank you. Bye bye.